not only to compress the muscles on the long side, but to stretch those muscles on the soft side. And that's almost harder. I mean, you can compress your long muscles, even in your body, better than you can stretch the ones. That's why people stretch before they do exercises and things, is not to hurt themselves. And that's what we're trying to do with him too. We want to stretch those muscles on his left side and get him into that right rein. It'll still feel like the right rein is the dominant rein, but you let it, you do use it enough without giving up the left one. You know, you think, oh, if I'm going to bend him right, I have to give up the left. No, you have to take on the left until he takes contact, so he takes that side of his face out. He tries to pull back on your left rein. That's what we want to do. There's two things to accomplish: soften the stiff side and get him to accept the soft side. And you do that, and remember to support with your seat and legs. So you get that, especially on him, the right knee in there, to get, you know, kind of move his bend, you know, fill out the left leg, get his belly to fill out the left leg, already gives you a head start on the bend. Because we want the bend in the body, not the neck. We just want him to give in the pole, not really bend the neck. And there's two sides to the pole. And it works in two ways. It works this way, you know, like the hinge with his face. You know what I mean? And then it works this way too, where they tilt sometimes, they're not giving. Yeah. So you have to unlock the pole this way and this way. Okay? There's two ways. And it's always complicated on horses. All us riders are A-type personalities.
And masochists.
And we have OCD. We're a mess. And we're masochists on top of it. Because horses are, you know, they don't think like we do, but they have all their ways. Anything you teach them, they use to get out of the next thing, you know. They use against you. Okay, now your right rein should be squeezing like a sponge if his nose goes up, and your hand should go up with his nose. Like if his nose goes up, take the hand to the level of his mouth. Okay? Because we want, it's still trying to get him to give in the pole. It's not pulling back and bringing his face in. It's getting him to give in the pole. Kind of on his own almost, because it's uncomfortable up there. You know? So if he goes up, raise your right hand and both hands, and then take and squeeze, 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 and then lower your hand again and push him forward. When he gives, and you can give a little bit, you can push him forward. Good job. Right rein, right rein, right rein. Squeeze, 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 or straight line through the elbow. You know, if he like goes, no, I don't like that squeezing, leave me alone, then you have to get a stronger half halt and make him happy, you know, with the squeezes. In other words, if you don't listen to these squeezes, I'm going to go to, you know, the bigger aid. And always support with your seat and legs. So it's the scissor action of your legs when you use it. Okay, now good. Now right knee is nailed in there. And you can open it, or if he leans in, you can don't let him go to the left. Don't let him go to the left. No matter what you do, and no matter what he does, and raise your hands when he does it, shorten your reins. Because you're having to take them too close to your body, it makes it hard to use your reins. You can always give with your arms. I mean, if something horrible happened, you can give with your arms and throw them away. But you want to have a short enough rein that you don't have to take it into you, because what happens is you end up bending over it and lifting your seat off the saddle, which is not a good thing. Okay? In other words, you don't want to curl over your hands. You want to open your chest, lift your rib cage, drop your shoulders, leaving your rib cage up. Good. Bend and soften, right knee into left leg back. So you're guarding the, yes, 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 good girl. Good. Awesome. He looks beautiful. Take and give, take and give. We want to get, you know what happens? You always know when the throughness is coming, when they start staying really steady. And you know why? It's because steadiness comes from movement. I mean, that may sound contrary, but if they're giving in the pole, then throughout their movement, they can stay in the same place by flexing that pole. You know, their face can stay in the same place. Whereas if they're not giving in the pole, that's when their head and everything goes with, you know, goes wherever it wants, and you don't get that steadiness. And when they are steady, then you kind of get more calves each time you rise. You know, you sit and when you're posting, good. Now your left leg is on, but not necessarily as much as the other leg would have been, and your right leg is back. Good. And the first, remember, the first rule is rhythm. So you have to push him forward through this. Everything is corrected forward. The more you slow him down to correct something, the more he gets away with stuff. Because he doesn't come out going, gee, I hope we go, you know, so forward today that I'm exhausted, you know. He doesn't come out thinking that. And I hope we nailed those canter pirouettes, you know. He couldn't care less. So, except that he doesn't want to work. And it's smart. I mean, he's a Mustang. He was out, you know, where you needed to preserve your energy for getting away from cougars and things that landed on your back.
I hate when that happens.
I hate when that happens, yes. Bend and soften, bend and soften. And you can start with the left rein if you want, if he's really being annoyed. Or you can do the squeezes on the right and see if it works. And remember, if he throws his head up, go up with him. You know, you don't have to stay there. I'm not asking you to look silly or saddlebready, you know. You know, but you have to affect him in a way that isn't always pulling on the mouth. That's when you get those gaping mouths and stuff. You know, where they start opening their lower jaw instead of flexing in the pole, which is their upper jaw. You know, their whole upper jaw is solid through to the pole. So if they start opening their mouth, then it's only the lower jaw that's giving, and they're flipping you off. So, okay, now good job, good. Right knee, don't get to the outside of the saddle, and be sure to turn your shoulders too, and be sure to get enough on that right rein that he doesn't look to the left. Take, give. It's all taking and giving, because you can't hold him in position. He's way stronger than you. So you ask and ask till he just gives up, because you're going to keep asking. And good job. Beautiful, Rebecca. Okay, your legs come on when he goes up, and so do your hands go up. Don't try to press hands down, because horses are perverse. You pull down, they want to go up. You pull up, they want to go down. They're perverse creatures. They think we are too.